Hi. So, over the last couple of days, I've asked you to get really curious about what well-being and happiness as an internal state of being means to you. And tonight, I'm going to ask you to think about your why. And the reason is because nailing down our why and actually feeling it and getting very clear on it is incredibly important to reaching any of our goals. So, the more something is important to us and the more it matters to us, and we have a purpose for getting there, the more likely we are to get there. I mean, that just makes inherent sense, right? For example, if you took, I'm just going to use weight because it's one a lot of us have struggled with over the years. But let's say you have two moms. Well, let's say Amy and Beth. Okay, so both moms, Amy and Beth, let's say they're both like 30 pounds overweight. So Amy has, she knows she should lose some weight, right? She should. She hears from her doctor that she should. She knows her husband would probably like it if she did. Um, yeah, she wants to look better in her clothes, there's some stuff. But Beth is 42 and she realizes that she's getting pretty close to 50, and that's when her own mom died of a heart attack. She had high cholesterol, familial hypercholesterolemia, and she died of a heart attack really young. And Beth realizes that she's not very far from that. And she's actually been to the doctor and gotten a diagnosis of high cholesterol and started on some medication for it. And when she thinks about it, she thinks about 5 years from now and all the things she wants to be here to do. She wants to be there to teach her daughter how to drive and help her navigate that tricky world of dating as a teenager. She wants to see her go to college and get married and hold her grandchildren when she thinks further into the future. So, when you think about the why, both of them want to lose some weight, right? But who is actually going to get there? Who is going to stay motivated and stay committed and actually get it done? I think we all know the answer. So I'm going to ask you, why is getting more well-being, feeling more happiness as your state of well-being, why is that important to you? I know that I've struggled sometimes, at the beginning of COVID, a couple months in, when it became apparent that it wasn't going away, and I was sort of obsessed with reading the news. So I was focused on all this external stuff that I couldn't control. I had some relationship issues with people like friends and family who didn't think the same way on COVID stuff. And I realized I needed to up my own well-being and mental health game, right? Um, I was feeling burnt out at work and unsupported. And so I did a lot of this work. I got really clear on what I wanted. Um, I wanted a job that didn't feel like a job that I wanted to go to work at. I wanted to focus on my family and be a better mom and have better relationships with my family, my husband, my kids. Um, and so I did some work and really saw a huge difference. So, what I'm asking you before we move into some actual like things you can do to help build some of this well-being and this increased sense of happiness is just get into like feeling into, why do you want it? What will it give you? What, like, how will your life be different if you have it? Um, Will it make that voice in your head be nicer? Will it improve your relationships? What will it do for you? Will it make you a better mom? Will it make you a better person? Um, Someone mentioned that, you know, maybe the definition of happiness and well being is be love. Will it help you be more loving in all areas of your life and just embody love? If it does, what does that give you? What does that do for you? How is your life going to change? So, I'm going to ask you to play with that and just think about that. And also think back on other times that you have set goals in your life and the outcomes. You know, did you stick with things? You know, motivation from just to like a, we make a New Year's resolution, for example. Think about how little motivation you really have to reach that, right? I mean, most of us give up on our resolutions by like week 3. Let's be real. Um, but think about something that you have followed through with, some goal that you actually pursued diligently and reached. And what was your reason for reaching that goal? I bet you had one. I bet there was a why and you knew what your why was. So I'm going to leave you on that, and I'll be back with you tomorrow with more of Feel Good February. Thank you so much for tuning in as always, and have a great beginning of your week tomorrow. Take care.